Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly episode. And I said last week that this was going to be a good one, and I ain't lying. This is going to be a good episode. I will enjoy it immensely myself, if I do say so myself. Yes, anyway, very, very cool. Without further ado, let me show you why I am so excited. Well, my buddy John Lamley sent me the new JCCS, Japanese Classic Car Show, Auto World, exclusive, Celica Supra / Lamley Group. Oh, this thing is awesome. This thing is so cool. It is just so awesome. So he sent me not only this one. So he sent me this one to open. Okay. He sent me this one to keep carded. It's got the JCCS sticker on it, right? So this one's going in my hoard of Auto World, of special Auto World cars. So this will stay carded. And then he also sent me the Ultra Red. Yeah. This is, oh goodness, this thing is beautiful. It's got black tires. It's an Ultra Red with black tires. That's fantastic. This thing is on a crunched blister, which you guys know I don't care about that because it's going to get opened. So he had one with a crunch blister and he sent it to me. I'm like, yes, that is fantastic. So thanks again, John. I really do appreciate it. So he had his allotment of cars that he got from this project, and he was able to spare me an Ultra Red and, of course, these two other cars, and I am very grateful. Thank you so much. He also sent along a Lamley Group / Tarmac Works Global 64 Vertex Toyota Chaser as well. So we are going to peek at that as well, and I'm excited to look at that as well. Very, very, very cool. This could be Auto World Release of the Year. I think it's got a good chance. You know, we're going to do, the Lamley Awards are coming up, and that tournament on Instagram will come up where we are actually getting down to the wire. We're after starting to choose what vehicles will be in the tournament for Auto World, and of course the 164 scale tournament and the other brands and all that jazz. I think this sucker's got a good chance at winning. I really do. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's got a very good chance of winning. If it doesn't, I mean, I hope a minivan wins because, you know, me and the minivans. I'm a big fan. All right, so we're going to open up those two cars, or three cars, in the next segment of the video, and I am super stoked for that. Very, very stoked for that. I did order a bunch of them, too, from AutoWorldStore.com, so I'm hoarding that casting. And it's a good idea, too, because they're limited to $24.96. There's not a lot of them out there. So, yeah. Get him if you can. That's what I'm going to say. All right. So, that's not the only cool thing, though, actually, this episode. It's the coolest thing, but not the only cool thing. We've also got some Mini GT to look at, which you know is my other favorite brand. So, I love Auto World and I love Mini GT. If I had to pick two brands only to collect and I had to toss everything else, it would be those two brands. It would be. Okay? Both brands are still ongoing, still putting out cool stuff. If I had to pick two brands, boom, boom, easy peasy. That's what I would do. But we got some really cool stuff from Mini GT. We've got the Range Rover. This thing looks really cool. We've got the Lamborghini Countach, which I'm excited to look at. I've got the poster cars version of this, which is really cool. Of course, we got the 1/43rd scale version of this from Hot Wheels. We've got, who else put it out? Tomica put out a basic. Hot Wheels put out one on 1/64 scale. That's kind of not a huge fan of that particular one. But we're going to check out this. I probably should grab the poster cars out to compare it, and maybe we'll do that. We've got the Lamborghini Sian in purple. I have it in green as well. I've already shown it in green. We already compared it to the poster cars version. So we'll see if the same kind of difference exists with the Countach. We'll see what happens there. The other two cars I'm actually really excited about, well, not even actually really excited about, obviously really excited about, would be this thing, the McLaren F1 GTR from the 1995 Le Mans 24-hour, the 24-hour winner. Very cool. I can't wait to get a street version of this car. For now, we got the race car version, and yeah, that's going to be in the tournament for Mini GT. For sure. No doubt about it. And then we've got the Lincoln Capri in Premier Yellow. I think the black one of this should be in the tournament this year. I think so. I think that would be more appropriate. I think that's cooler, but this one in yellow looks pretty awesome too. So, well, we don't know. We got to get it out of the package, which we're going to do. And that's going to be fun. All right, so we got 5 Mini GT to look at. That's fantastic. We got the Auto World. We got the Ultra Red. We got the Tarmac Global 64. And then we've got a couple of Hot Wheels I actually found in the store. We've got this Motul. I don't know. What are they calling this series? But I got the Datsun 620. I was actually shocked to find this hanging because it was this and the Combat Medic. I mean, I get why the Combat Medic was there. It's in, like, Kendall motor oil. It's on the back of here, if you can see it. So I get why that's hanging, because that's not a very, to me, not a very desirable casting. I imagine to a lot of people it's not a very desirable casting or livery or whatever. The T1 panel bus was gone. Totally understandable. The Custom 62 Chevy pickup was gone. Totally understandable. But then this hauling gas in Union 76, that was gone. I'm like, somebody grabbed that and didn't grab a Datsun 620? What's going on there? I don't know. But, well, we got this. I'm like, is the card damaged or something? Is that why they didn't get it? No, it's not. Guess it doesn't matter because we're going to open it. But I thought that was weird that thing was just still chilling out of all the choices that were gone. It just didn't make sense to me, but whatever. So there's that. A couple other basic Hot Wheels that I did find. I got this 88 Honda CRX. Pretty cool. We've got the 82 Cadillac Seville in blue. Pretty nifty. And then the Bugatti Bolide. I don't know. How do you pronounce that? Bolide? B-O-L-I-D-E? Bugatti Bolide. I don't know. There's that. I swear I'm better at like guessing French pronunciations than Italian. I don't know. And is that even? I don't. Whatever. Very uncultured. I am. All right. So then we have Jay's weird stuff. You know, every week I got to show some stuff that Jay sends me. My buddy Jay has been sending me weird stuff, and we've been showing it every week. He sends me a box every single week with just a couple cars in it. Thanks, Jay. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I actually got a really cool box from Cumming with actually, he found some stuff, or he bought some stuff. He found some stuff, I think. I think he found it in the stores or whatever, and I just paid him cost for it. Dude, the guy's so nice. But, so I've got some really cool stuff coming next week. Boulevard. So excited about that. And then we got just 3 weirdo things here. Well, one of them's not that weird. This is a Greenlight Ford Focus ST in yellow in the Greenlight Motor World series. Greenlight Motor World, if you are fairly newish to collecting, this series doesn't exist anywhere. This was a series by Greenlight that they came out with, and they put a bunch of different series out. Some good castings in there. Some of them had like plastic tires, I think, and stuff, or plastic bases anyway. Lots of good stuff came out in there. They discontinued the series. I don't know exactly when, but they stopped releasing this Motor World segment of Greenlight. There's supposed to be like a cheaper version of the premium Greenlight, which some of the castings are really cool from it. So whatever. So there's that. We got this. This is awesome. I think I might already have it, but I don't know, and I'm not going to try to dig it out. So we're just going to open this, and if it turns out when I go through my Greenlight collection that I already have it, I don't know what I'm going to do, but we're going to open it up. I know I've got a version of the casting. I just don't know if I have it in yellow. Not sure, but we're going to open that up. All right, and then we've got from the Kid Connection Fantasy Collection, 2 two weird things. And he taped the blisters. I'm not sure if... I don't think he taped the blisters to avoid damage. I think he taped the blisters so I wouldn't see what was in here until we open the cars. And that's what we're going to do. I don't know what's in there. But it's got to be a fantasy car. We got the Scooter with a K. Scooter and a Whomper. Womp womp. We're going to find out what's in there. It's probably just two goofy fantasy castings. But I don't know what this is. The Kid Connection Fantasy Collection. Yeah, looking at all the names of the cars on the back here, it appears that all of them are fantasy castings. Like the Doobie Coupe. Some neat names back here. Armageddon. Funny Jet. I don't know. We'll look at more of those in the next segment. That might be fun. All right. That's all I picked out to show today. I've got some other stuff I could have shown, but we're going to kind of focus on this. I want to spend some good time in the auto world, some good time on the Mini GT, because those castings are pretty sick. So let's go ahead and flip the camera around. Let's get to opening this stuff. Super stoked on the Ultra Red. All right, let's do it. Stay tuned. All right. Let's go ahead and start with this Tarmac Works Vertex Toyota Chaser JZX 100. And this is a Lamley collab again. So man, has he put out a lot of cool stuff, or had his name on a lot of cool stuff this year. Really, wow. I mean, like a bunch of Global 64 Tarmac Works. He did Zone 3 with 3 Auto World cars with J-Car Diecast, and then this wonderful AutoWorld.com exclusive / JCCS exclusive Auto World piece that we're going to open up in this episode. So just a busy boy, that Lamley. So very cool to be the part of the Lamley Awards, which is coming up here shortly at the end of the year. So all right, so let's get into the Tarmac Vertex Toyota Chaser JZX 100. Very cool. Tarmac Works Global 64. I love the Global 64 line. It is very hard not to. They are very alike Mini GT, my other favorite brand, right? In the way that they are constructed, even in the way the boxes are. Very similar, and that's why I really like them, just because they're really cool and they're really nicely done. And this is no exception. Let's see if I can hold it still. It's the hardest thing about getting up there in macro land here is any little movement, you guys get to see it. And just the way I'm sitting. I need to change the whole way I film because it's not very ergonomic. I'm kind of like hunched over and leaning in. And it's just not very comfortable. But yeah, we'll do that at some point. That would be great. But yeah, I lost audio, so this is an overdub. Oh man, sad thing. So we got Lamley Group just on the bottom of the thing. It doesn't have it anywhere else. The logo's not anywhere else in the car, which is kind of cool. That they just kind of subtly put that on the bottom there. The car is very nicely done. The wheel choice looks really awesome. Just very nicely detailed and very cool. You got inserted details for headlights on this piece. There's inserted details on the taillights. Just nothing to complain about with this one. A very nice, clean model, and just looks quite good. The details in the front look fantastic. The details in the grille, very cool. So yeah, I really like it. I think it's awesome. Lamley's been putting out a lot of Tarmac Works these days, and in this white color. It's just been, or lack of color, I guess, or all the colors combined, or whatever color theory you want to talk about. But yeah, this is very neat, and very happy to add this one to the collection. Not sure which one's my favorite. I think I'm still leaning towards the Challenger, but this one is pretty nifty. And the audio is going to suck, you know, because we are now recording this overdub. But yeah, whatever. I was gutted when I found out this thing. I forgot to put my phone in airplane mode, and what happens when you do that is sometimes you have audio issues. So that sucks. The thing rolls. That's awesome. Digging that. Yeah, so pretty neat. Let's go on to the main event here, which is the Lamley / Auto World / JCCS release. So stoked to get this release. Was very, very stoked to get it. So glad that John sent this to me, and just so amazing. So we're going to open these up. I've got this one without the sticker on it. You can check out the packaging. The packaging is really cool. It's got gold foil printing on it. It's got just really, really neat stuff. It's got the Lamley Curations logo on the back. And you can see it was produced July 5th, 2023. And of course, we didn't see him come out until JCCS, which was what, September? Or like first week in October, something along the lines of that. So yeah, gutted that this thing, the audio did not record for this. So again, overdubbing it. We're having audio issues. I know. Story of my channel, right? Boo-hoo. But we did get these cars, and John sent them to me to show you. And that is something to be happy about. So limited to $24.96. First release of this car. So the first time we've seen this casting, it's going to be in the next Auto World release that's upcoming as well. Not exactly like this, of course, but very, very cool to get this. These sold out like instantly on AutoWorldStore.com, or very, very quickly at AutoWorldStore.com. And then, so they sold so many and they sold so fast that they had to kind of stop the sale to make sure they didn't oversell. And then they redid the sale and sold what they thought was remaining the next day. So very stoked on that. Chad Reed, of course, someone who works at Round 2, was very stoked. He had his hand in making this specific release, and he was super happy. And so was, of course, John, that these things sold so well. They also sold out of the ones that they allotted for the event. So really neat. All right, let's open it up. And, you know, sound effects here. We don't have audio. Why are you going to do it? Are you going to open it up? Let's do it. Come on, get to it. What am I rambling around about? I don't know. You can read that, I guess, if you want. That's probably what I would have said here. And yeah, let's open up. Yeah, all right, it's open. All right, very cool. So check this out. What a gorgeous model. It just looks super cool. It's got that old school, like, kind of Toyota livery on it with the JCCS logo on the hood. The wheels and tires look really cool. Yokohama lettered tires. We got a metal base. There's your tooling number. It rolls. And that little plastic piece up there is like a spoiler piece. That thing is plastic. You got to be kind of careful with that. We got Lamley Group on the back, AutoWorldStore.com on the bumper, JCCS 23, of course, on the license plate. Detailed taillights, of course. And then the front end's pretty detailed as well. And just overall, I mean, what a cool release. We're going to try to open the hood here, and spoiler alert, it is unsuccessful. Thankfully, we get the audio back when the hood gets open. Yeah. Trying to get that open. It was a massive struggle. We'll try to open the Ultra Red one too. Of course, that's going to be also unsuccessful, but yeah, we'll give it a shot. All right. Really neat. Very happy to get it. Just very, very stoked. Could definitely be Auto World release of the year. I hope it wins. The other Lamley releases this year were also really, really cool too. So they got a shot as well. I mean, of course, my beloved minivan might have a chance as well too. I like minivans. They came out with the Plymouth Voyager and stuff this year. But here's the Ultra Reds. It's on a crunched blister. Thank goodness that he got one on a damaged blister. It's probably easier for him to give one to me. Again, you know, I don't care because we are about to rip this sucker open. So, no, it looks like we're taking another look around the package. Don't remember exactly what I was talking about. Probably how limited these things are. We don't really know. I don't know. It could be 1 per 24 count case, I think is probably what it was. It's usually what they do for AutoWorldStore.com exclusive, so they don't make the Ultra Red totally impossible to get, but it's still very rare, or very limited, I should say. So there's our Crunch Blister. Let's go ahead and pull it out and take a peek at it. Very beautiful. The Ultra Red paint looks really good and kind of matches nicely with the red painted rear of the vehicle, or rear half of the vehicle. And the rims, you can see they're a actual metallic gold. And we got the gold base as well. Gold chrome base. Another look at the back of the car there. Looks really awesome. Looks really cool. And yeah, I quite dig it. Let's try to get that hood open. And let's fail at that. And yeah, just really, really neat. All right, I got it open after a big struggle. I actually had to use a razor blade. Sneak it in there and pop open the hood, which was, yeah, a little nerve-wracking, but we got it done. So there it is. There's the engine bay. I'm not going to bother trying to do that with this just because this thing, I really don't want to screw it up. But yeah, very, very cool. Very, very awesome to get these two beauties from my buddy John. And just really cool. Like Auto World, this has definitely been a great year for Auto World in general. It's been a great year for Lamley exclusives in general. And just an overall great year to collect diecast. And it's going to be really cool to sum it up at the end here. So, very, very awesome. I am stoked to get these. I want to take some cool pictures of this guy. And it's just a sweet casting, really cool car, and just a really nice job all around. All right. So, let's move on from that for now, and let's take a look at some weird stuff real quick. We're going to do let's do this Greenlight. Greenlight Motor World American Edition Series 10 2012 Ford Focus ST. That came right off the card. No issues there. Check that guy out. So, the Ford Focus ST casting from Greenlight is actually pretty nice. It's not bad. It's got an inserted detail for the taillights. So that's pretty nifty. We've got just a kind of fair amount of little details back there. We've got inserted details for the headlights, Ford logo, all that jazz. This has a plastic base, which is very, very plain. Oddly, it has one rivet in the front and a screw in the back. A little bit weird. There's your tooling number from Greenlight, GL058P. And copyright date of 2011 for the tooling itself. Rolls really nice. We got side mirrors. There's really nothing to complain about with the casting. For a 1/64 scale car, I think it's nicely detailed, and I think they did a good job on the tooling. So I think it's pretty cool. And I am digging it. So I like that. It's very nice. Looks good in yellow. Let's check out the two weird cars right away. What is in here? We got a Whomper and a Scooter. And I was telling you, there's some funny names on the back. Mosquito, Octoblitzer, Ghostly, Pulfatter. What is that? Wingding, Sprint Booster, Mach Schnell, Scooter, Snarly, Whomper, Hoop de Coop, Craniator. I don't know. We don't need to go through all of them. You can look at this. Birdcage Permafried. Some weird names on here, like Permafried and Doobie Coop. Wonder, yeah. All right, so Scooter. Let's go ahead and open this up from Kid Connection Fantasy Collection for ages 3 and over. Okay, it's weird. Look at that wild thing. Oh, it's Maisto. Of course it's Maisto. Marketed by Walmart Stores Incorporated, Bentonville, Arizona. Of course it's Maisto. So this thing has a metal base, plastic everything else. And, yeah, it is goofy. It's got the Maisto, like, tri-blade style wheels, whatever. weird, right? That's an interesting piece. All right, let's go check out the Whomper. This is probably going to be just as weird, if not weirder. And yeah, it is goofy. What? Yeah. So this is the Whomper Maisto. Plastic base, metal body. Yeah. Goofy. It actually looks kind of neat, maybe, except for the wheels. The wheels are ugly. That's too bad. Like, they should have put those wheels on it. These wheels would have been better. These look a little bit more, I guess, futuristic. They look like boat propellers, really. I guess more than anything. But yeah, these just look cheap and not really cool. Maisto is, yeah, odd. All right, there's that weird stuff. Definitely weird. This thing is really cool, though. I like that a lot. The other stuff, it's weird. All right, so let's take a peek at these Hot Wheels real quick, and then we're going to end the show today with Mini GT, taking a good look at those. This is an 88 Honda CRX. HWJ Imports. Pretty popular casting, I would say, from Hot Wheels. Kind of a cool livery. It's almost got like that Spectra Frost thing going on. If you remember the Cool Classics from Hot Wheels, that's kind of the paint style this looks like. Very cool. I like the color scheme. I think it looks pretty nice. You know, it's just a basic $1 little Hot Wheel. And it's a Honda CRX, though. Popular casting. And pretty good. Graphically, it looks pretty neat. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think this is pretty cool. We got a little, you know, flaw in the tempo action right there, but it's, you know, it's just a $1 main line, and the blue base maybe is kind of neat. I don't know. It's cool. I like it. I like it. It's not bad. All right, there's that, and then the 82 Cadillac Seville. Very cool as well. Let's go ahead and take this out. So this is kind of a redo of an older casting. They've released it a couple times, I think, already now. But this is kind of a redo of a casting much older than... What, do they have the original copyright date? Yeah, so 1980 is more like the debut of the original casting. 2011 looks like it was when it was retooled. And then I don't know if the original retooling had a plastic base. This might be yet another kind of like retooling. We got a little flaw in the tempo action here. It's too bad. It's kind of an obvious one. But, you know, it's just like a little cheapo mainline. But it does look pretty neat. I think it looks pretty neat. Yeah. Little caddy. All right. Caddy action. Look kind of cool. All right. Next. It's a wild car here. The Bugatti Bolati. Whatever. I don't know. New for 2023 is what it is. I mean, we could feel the roar of the rear mid W16 engine in this incredibly rare hypercar, remarkably light and effortlessly, that was not effortless, glides across the track for a truly authentic driving experience. Truly authentic, yes. And only the truly authentic of a person would be able to afford something like this. This thing is crazy, of course. I mean, yeah. Nutty. I like how Bugatti just puts like X's for the headlights. I mean, it's a crazy car. It's cool that Hot Wheels did it. Looks pretty awesome. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. I wonder if Mini GT will put this out. They have a Bugatti license as well. It'd be interesting to see what Mini GT would do with this casting. It seems like it's probably a pretty complex car. It would be pretty difficult to do. But if anybody could do it and pull it off, it'd definitely be them. This Hot Wheels version is pretty nifty, too, as a mainline. All right, so there is that. All right. Last Hot Wheel. Motul. Or modal. I don't know how you pronounce it. Datsun 620. In this Hot Wheels Premium, I don't know. Running on empty release, I guess. But yeah, so these all have like company logo stuff on them, and they look kind of cool. There's some cool ones. So obviously I picked up this one, so I like this one. But I do kind of collect the Datsun 620 casting, so I had to grab it. And I was honestly kind of surprised just to see it chilling on the pegs. Again, while the other stuff was missing, which is just kind of weird. But there you have that. Nothing too crazy to look at. We just got a Datsun 620 with these Real Rider tires, metal body, metal base, of course, and nice little pickup. Nice little mini pickup. Kind of cool. All right. All right. Main event time. Well, second main event. Mini GT. So let's start with the Lambos. Lambo. All right. We've got the Lamborghini Sian, FKP 37 in matte Viola SE30. Probably an interesting color. And let's go ahead and open it up. Number 588. That is pretty. That is definitely good looking. Looky here. I wasn't thinking that I was gonna like a matte, like purple. That'd be kind of weird, but it looks actually really good. So this, of course, is just a wild and crazy car, and Mini GT does these hypercars and stuff so well. They do a good job. It's kind of unbelievable that they can keep them within a budget that they do. And we looked at this one in comparison to the poster cars, and I thought, you know, the poster cars was really good for the price. This car, oh, we do have a little bit of an issue here, actually. The taillights must be a separate piece. You can see how that one's kind of angled down a little bit. It shouldn't be like that. It should look like this. I wonder if that's fixable or if I'm going to break it entirely. That's something I'll have to play with off camera to see if I can get it to shift upward. But yeah, it appears to be a separate piece and it's not quite in there correctly. I've never taken apart a Mini GT. It would be interesting to do. This one does have screws, so it's definitely doable. That might be something I may have to tackle off camera just to see if it's possible and maybe fix that taillight, because that, if I ever were to take pictures of that, that would bug me. That's a pain to Photoshop, and believe me, I would Photoshop it. All right, so there's that. Let's do the Countach. So very, very cool. Lamborghini Countach LPI 800-4 in Bianco Sidrale, I don't know, something like that. Working on it. Number 567. I was patiently awaiting this one to come out. And yeah, I'm going to say that doesn't disappoint. Right off the bat, that looks really nice. Now, I thought the poster cars was really nice. And it is. It is. This is it right here. I'm not going to take it off the base again because I'm just going to put it back where I got it from when the video's over. But I just wanted to show it. So there are a couple of things. Now, this is cheaper than the Mini GT. Okay. These people are finding this stuff at CVS's in the US. So CVS Pharmacy. I haven't yet to see them there, but if I do see poster cars there, I'm definitely going to scoop them. But these were pretty cheap. Not expensive. They have a plastic base, not a metal base. That's one thing that edges the Mini GT. You know, it's going to be better on the Mini GT. What they do have, though, is they got the brakes. They got discs, calipers that you can see through the wheel. They also have more colorful interior. You got red seats on this one. You got some engine detail, it looks like, in there underneath there as well. Overall, just a very good model, very good for the price. The rims are all black on this one, so they're slightly different than the ones we have here. But here's the Mini GT model. So very, very similar. This one does have like the carbon fiber pattern, though, in the side that the other one does not. This one has just a black interior. Proportionately, I think this one's a little bit better than the other. The poster cars. Got some nice details there. The headlights are nice and detailed. The taillights are also pretty nicely detailed. Now they're actually like a red transparent piece, whereas these are a painted black piece, which I think actually, you know what, the painted black piece looks a little bit more detailed than that looks. You know what I'm saying? Both very cool. I don't know. And I had this struggle with the other car too, the Sion, deciding which one I really thought was better. You know, and I thought when I first saw the poster cars it was perfect. It's not. And then the Mini GT really isn't either, because there are some things I like about the poster cars that the Mini GT doesn't have, and vice versa. This one has the rubberized mirrors, which are kind of nice because they rarely will get damaged or fall off. This one has less realistic looking mirrors, I suppose, but they are I think they're actually metal. Yeah, they're actually cast into the metal, so that's not likely to break off really either. They're not, neither of them have the hard plastic thing going on. Proportionately, the mirrors maybe look a little big on this model. I'm not sure. They're bigger than the Mini GT, but they're probably actually closer to scale size. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Let me know what you guys like better. Which one do you think? Who did a better job? I will tell you the carbon fiber detail on the Mini GT is actually really cool. The headlight detail is a little more detailed in the headlights, but it seems to be a little bit less detailed on the tail for the taillights. So I don't know. They're both in Bianco Siderale. They're both in gloss white. Okay. The rims look a little bit better on here. They're a little bit more detailed because they got that silver accenting on them that is lacking on this, but yet this one doesn't have the brake detail that you can see through the wheels. So I don't know. It's hard. That's a difficult one. You guys let me know in the comments down below. You decide for me because I cannot. So there's that. All right, moving on from that. Let's stick with like fast cars here. We've got this guy, the McLaren F1 GTR number 59, 1995 Le Mans, 24 hours winner. And let's open that up. It's an official McLaren product, of course. TSM models, Mini GT, everything is licensed. They have great relationships with car companies, which is why they're able to do such cool stuff like this. This thing is sick. Oh, man. Yeah. Did not think I would like this as much, to be honest. I thought it was going to be cool. But getting it out of the package now, this thing is real cool. So this McLaren F1, just a crazy car. And then to get it in this awesome McLaren, or this awesome Le Mans livery, racing livery, is just, yeah, it is something special. This is pretty cool. BMW V12 power. Okay, I like this a lot. I do. I can't wait to get a road car version too. Wow, this thing is cool. This is definitely getting under the camera. I'm definitely going to have to take some cool pictures of this. I like how it's got the red like center cap things on the wheels on the one side and the blue on the other. I mean, come on now. Is that not beautiful? I might get a second one just to hoard. Like sometimes I think about that with some Mini GT models. I do it with Auto Roll all the time. Some Mini GT models I think I should, you know, might have to double up on a couple. But this is fantastic. I'm going to set this aside, but we're definitely not going to recap that one at the end of the video, right? Which we're getting close to here. So this is the Range Rover 1971 British Transamerica's Expedition. This is another stunner from Mini GT. Whenever they do like the racing or rally or any sort of livery like that, they do such a good job with these things. They just look so nice and so premium and good. They don't use like a decal. I think they use some sort of printing process. It's just, they look fantastic. Oh, wow. This thing with all the accessories. Look at that. Wow. Okay, that's really neat. Really freaking neat. Wow. So this is definitely going to be... These are top mini GT models too right here. For sure. I mean, look at that thing. British Trans-America's Expedition. Heinz. We got the ladders on top. Or ramps, or rather, not ladders. We've got the spare tires up top. We got the lights up top. Lights there. Am I missing a jeweled light, though? I'm looking at this up close. Let's see how it looks like there's a lens in one, and the other one, there's nobody home. Very tough to notice, though. Almost like they didn't even need to do it, but there is one missing, and I'm wondering if it's here somewhere. The rubber thing for that. Inserted details for the taillights. Again, this would be like another one I would consider getting a second model of, just to have it. But this thing is so cool. In spite of the little flaw, because it's definitely not there. You can see that there's a light there, and then this one is not present. Kind of feeling around. It's going to be kind of tough to find. I wonder if it's in the packaging. Nope, it's just not home. So it probably never made it into the package with one, sadly. But if it was there, I would have glued it back on, and it would have been no big deal. Again, very tough to notice, but it is a flaw. So we're going to point it out. But yeah, it's too bad. Oh, well, this thing is still pretty sick. And again, that's going to be really hard to notice if you're not looking right at it under the camera. It'd be really hard to tell. I know it seems probably obvious when you're looking at it now, but even if I didn't point it out, you might have not seen it. All right. Next. Lincoln Capri. This is such a sweet casting from... oh, look at this. Look at this Ford licensing here going on. Look at the depth. That's crazy looking. That is a crazy looking licensing sticker. That's really cool. All right. I don't know if I've ever seen a Ford license like that before. Yeah, look at this thing. Super cool. The Lincoln Capri in yellow. Yep, definitely like the black one more. The original, well, not the original release of the tooling, but the original regular release of the tooling, because there was a special edition of this car that came out prior to it. But this is really neat too, and is quite good. There's nothing to complain about, just looking for any quality issues. We've got both the headlights are present. That's great. We've got inserted details for tails as well, and it looks fantastic. It just looks so much meaner in just the standard black, but in the bright color, it looks neat as well. Rolls, of course, it's a Mini GT, and it's just very, very cool overall. So yeah, Mini GT is stellar. We've got, you know, 5 really stellar models from Mini GT. I'm really a big fan when they do the busy livery stuff. That is very cool. Where did I put the other one, the McLaren? Oh yeah, we kept it on the side right here, rolling up, and the McLaren, and then of course the Lambos. Can't complain about these either. Everything's sort of to scale and very, very cool. But definitely the highlight for me is just getting this guy, this Ultra Red in particular, because, you know, whenever something gets released by Auto World and it's very limited, get very nervous about trying to get it. And so lucky to be friends with the people I'm friends with, because this would have been a near impossibility maybe to grab. At least I wouldn't have them now, I can tell you that. So very, very awesome. All right, thank you guys again for watching another weekly episode. Hopefully this was a fun one for you. I had fun doing it, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.